Hamza Ahmed has built a $5 million YouTube empire in 5 years, and one of the core skills credits to his success is his Buddhist mindset.
My Buddhist kind of mindset.
From having a Buddhist monk as a teacher to posting full guides that share multiple teachings from Buddhist philosophy, Hamza made a huge mark on the self-improvement space, taking zillions of young men from chasing women and materialism to pursuing spiritual growth and mindfulness. In this video, I'm going to reveal Hamza's secret Buddhist teachings that changed the self-improvement and masculinity space forever. I've boiled his core lessons down to the 3 key teachings that you can implement into your life today to find purpose and fulfillment.
You can sort of merge into one, and you can almost experience God through that act.
It's late 2022, and Hamza had just moved to Dubai. As a successful entrepreneur at the young age of 25, Hamza indulged in all the luxuries of the city. His first impressions of Dubai were great, from living in a $9,000 a month apartment to going on podcasts with accomplished businessmen and being treated like a king. But Hamza didn't know that the next few months of his stay in the city would become a living hell. A month after his move, Hamza noticed something odd. Ever since he started sleeping in Dubai, his health started to deteriorate. He woke up with sharp headaches, he felt sick to his stomach. Brown bloody snot came out of his nose. For a while, he thought that his caffeine withdrawal, but he was still drinking coffee at the time, so that isn't the issue. Alongside his declining health, Hamza would feel constantly overwhelmed by the pressure to produce daily videos. And because his employees relied on Hamza in order for them to do work, Hamza had no choice but to peak this content machine rep. If that was enough, Hamza made less money from his business the amount he spends on his lifestyle. He achieved everything he ever desired: $50,000 a month, a loving girlfriend, and a 1.5 million subscriber base. But chasing this success cost him one thing: his freedom. When the new year began, Hamza decided enough was enough. He packed his bags and moved back to his childhood home in the UK. But what Hamza didn't know is that he had just learned an important teaching in Buddhist philosophy: Raga. You see, unlike what most people might think, Hamza's dissatisfaction didn't come from the pursuit of success, but rather it came from the mindset of, if I achieve this success, then I'll be happy. You say that you'd be happy after reaching $10,000 a month, but after $10,000, now you want $50,000 a month. When you get $50,000, you move the goalpost again and now want $100,000 a month. The truth is, this relentless cycle will never be finished. After all, the endless goal-setting mechanism is a feature of the human mind, but the Buddha taught a more skillful way to manage this goal-striving mechanism in us. Instead of the mindset of, if I achieve the success, I'll be happy, we can have the mindset of, I choose this because it's meaningful. Viraga is a marriage of 2 words. Vi means without, and raga means passion. Put them together and you get without passion, or dispassion. The Buddha taught that whatever passion you have for material success, it helps to bring it down a notch. Hamza knew that acquiring more personal success wouldn't make him any happier, so instead he chose something more meaningful, something that would help not only himself, but also the world. And he decided to dedicate his life to helping other young men. Earning money for Hamza wasn't the goal anymore. Instead, the goal was to help young men, and making money is a tool that is needed to achieve that goal. But from here on out, the Buddhist lessons that Hamza is about to learn will get even deeper. After his move back to the UK, Hamza began experimenting with a new business model: paid communities. For months, Hamza was working on making Adonis Academy, now called Adonis School, the best community ever on the school platform. He shut down his courses and put all of them into the new community. He made new courses, he had group calls with members, and he even invited guest speakers to teach the Adonis School students. It was all of Hamza's teachings and more in one place. Whether you came to make money, attract women, level up your physique, or do anything else that Hamza preached, this community was for you. But there was one issue. You see, in self-improvement circles, one of the most popular strategies is called dopamine detox. The idea is to reduce overstimulation and regain control over impulsive behaviors by temporarily pulling away from activities that provide quick and instant hits of dopamine, the brain's feel-good neurotransmitter. With this in mind, Hamza and his team had one simple question: who would be the perfect fit to create a course on dopamine detox? They needed somebody who mastered the ins and outs of resisting temptation, can communicate practical strategies on overcoming addiction in an engaging way, and has a track record of successfully applying these principles. And what better teacher can you get for a dopamine detox course than to hire a monk? So that's exactly what they did. They hired Bhante Varapanyo, an American Buddhist monk, to host dopamine detox lectures in the paid community. And he also became a moderator in Hamza's free Discord server. He was perfect, because unlike most Buddhist monks, Bhante was willing to go above and beyond to spread the teachings of the Buddha.
Evolve today. You don't need to be David Goggins. You don't need to be Hamza. You don't need to be a millionaire. You just need to be you.
From going on podcasts with famous YouTubers to sharing Buddhist teachings at parties, he even knew Gen Z slang
Hey there, young skinny souls.
and recognized popular anime characters. In fact, he became known in the community as the Adonis monk, the name Adonis being a reference to the mascot of Hamza's movement, a man that symbolized strength, character, and leadership. One of the core tenets that Bhante often preached was cilia, or moral virtue. Our personal needs like food, water, or shelter are limited. So when we concern ourselves with fulfilling only these needs, our actions and influence remain confined to this small sphere. We operate within a limited scope because the primary concern is ourselves, but the needs of others are boundless. So if we concern ourselves not only with ourselves, but also with the needs of others, this expands our purpose and allows us to widen the impact that we create in the world. If Hamza teaches you to align your life as much as possible to your life purpose, Bhante would add, and be generous as much as you can within that life purpose. Bhante says that one of the main priorities in a person's life should be to become a generous and virtuous human being. If you want to become a generous person, your intention is the most important. Do giving acts with a pure heart and without expectation. If you want to become a virtuous person, the simplest framework would be to follow the 5 precepts. But before we practice virtue, Bhante recommends generosity as the first practice because it trains the skill of detachment. The more we can detach, give up what we are attached to, be it material possession, opinions, status, and etc., the more freedom and liberation we will receive, because the more flexible and open we will be to whatever life has to offer. Life is not just about getting what we want. And if we're always trying to get what we want, we fail to experience the fullness of life. If you want me to make a full breakdown on Hamza's Adonis monk, subscribe to this channel. And really, this brings us on to the last teaching. As a teenager, life was tough for Hamza. His dad, who worked as a cab driver, came home tired and stressed, and he abused his children mercilessly. Hamza's mother and brother weren't much different, and so he grew up afraid of his family. This made young Hamza turn to the shiny world of video games. From RuneScape to Minecraft to League of Legends, Hamza was hooked. Every time the bell rang at school, Hamza ran home to play more games. But what Hamza didn't know is that his video game paradise was about to turn into a living, breathing hell. At school, Hamza couldn't concentrate on his lessons. While the teacher was speaking, his mind drifted off to the next dragon that he would slay after class. And this habit of being unfocused and having a low attention span carried on to his adult life. In fact, when Hamza was a young adult, he would get multiple intrusive thoughts about stabbings and attackers. Over time, as Hamza started improving himself further, he started to become more and more present in the moment. He was able to speak to his loved ones with the ability to redirect his mind back to the conversation whenever his mind would drift off in the clouds. You see, the skill of presence was so important to Hamza that he even decided to make it one of the 5 principles of Adonis.
The third principle of being more like Adonis is presence.
Truth be told, you can die at any moment. It isn't guaranteed that we'll even live up to the age of 18. And it's not just that, but our loved ones, our family, our friends can die in an instant. Everything can be taken away from us in any moment. Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh says, our true home is in the present moment. To live in the present moment is a miracle. The miracle is not to walk on water. The miracle is to walk on the green earth in the present moment, to appreciate the peace and beauty that are available now. So learn how to bring the wandering mind back to the present. Learn to savor the life that's been given to you by God, by the universe. And to deepen this practice of being present, Bhante recommends to take a warm shower, or preferably a warm bath in pitch darkness. Treat the bath like a meditation. Feel the sensation of the steam. Feel the slight vibration of your body and the rhythm of your heartbeat ever so slightly. But however, because Hamza changes his views a lot, that would mean it would be difficult to know for sure if he's shifting to Buddhism, right? Well, that's because Hamza understands the Buddha's teaching of birth and death in every moment, which is genius. Just click this video to see what I mean. As always, live in the now, because tomorrow may never come.